Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does.
To be free is not merely to cast off your chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Nelson Mandela.
Spreading help, inspiration, and hope.
Introduction. In the heart of South Africa, where racism was the law and democracy a distant dream, a man was born who would change the course of history. Nelson Mandela was not just a political leader or a head of state. He was a global symbol of the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. A man who lived his life within prison walls, courtrooms, and the streets of revolution, but who ultimately emerged to unite his people and offer the world a model of tolerance and reconciliation. Childhood and early life, 1918 to 1941. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in the village of Mevezo in the Transkei province of South Africa to the Tembu royal clan of the Xhosa people. His name, Rolihlahla, means troublemaker, while Nelson was given to him by his British schoolteacher. His father died when he was young, and he was raised by tribal chief Jongintaba Dalendibo, who sent him to missionary schools for his early education. From a young age, Mandela was interested in rights and justice, and witnessing the manifestations of racial discrimination against Black people instilled in him a deep sense of injustice. Education and the Youthful Revolution, 1941 to 1948. He enrolled at Fort Hare University, the only university for Black Africans at the time, where he studied law before he was expelled for participating in a student strike against the university administration. He fled to Johannesburg to escape an arranged marriage, where he worked as a night watchman and then as a low-level legal clerk. He completed his studies by correspondence, earning a law degree, and became involved in politics. In Johannesburg, he joined the African National Congress, or ANC, and began organizing protests against apartheid policies. The beginning of organized political struggle, 1948 to 1961. With the National Party's rise to power in 1948 and the formal implementation of apartheid, Mandela became a leader in the resistance movement. He helped found the ANC Youth League, which was more radical than his traditional leadership. He led civil disobedience campaigns against discriminatory laws, such as the Passage Ordinance, which required Black people to carry identification cards that restricted their movement. In 1952, he launched the Defiance Campaign, which organized the first mass civil disobedience against the regime. He founded the first Black law firm in South Africa with his friend Oliver Tambo, the Treason Trial, 1956 to 1961. Mandela and 155 of his colleagues were arrested in 1956 on charges of high treason. The trial lasted 5 years, ending with their acquittal in 1961. During the trial, his fame grew, and he emerged as a symbol of peaceful, lawful resistance. The shift to armed struggle, 1961 to 1962. After the Sharpeville massacre in 1960, in which 69 Black protesters were killed by police gunfire, Mandela lost faith in peaceful means. He founded a secret military wing of the African National Congress called Umkhonto we Sizwe, Spear of the Nation. He began coordinating sabotage operations against government and military installations without targeting lives to pressure the government. He traveled to several African countries to gather support and training, but was arrested in 1962 on charges of leaving the country without permission and inciting workers. The Rivonia trial and life imprisonment, 1963 to 1990. In the infamous Ravonia trial, he was charged with sabotage and conspiracy to overthrow the government. During his trial, he delivered his historic speech saying, "I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have dreamed of a free and democratic society where everyone lives in harmony. It is a dream I want to live for, but if necessary, it is a dream I am prepared to die for." He was sentenced to life imprisonment and transferred to Robben Island prison, where he spent 18 of his 27 years in solitary confinement, denied family visits for most of the time. Prison life and resilience. On Robben Island, he worked daily in a quarry under the scorching sun, which later damaged his eyesight. He completed his university studies by correspondence and earned a law degree. He became a global symbol of freedom, and his name ignited the hearts of activists everywhere. Even his white guards began to respect him for his wisdom. Over the years, international pressure and global solidarity campaigns have increased on the South African government to release him. Historic release. 1990. Under immense domestic and international pressure, President F.W. de Klerk decided to release Mandela on February 11, 1990. Mandela emerged, raising his fist and sporting his iconic smile at the age of 72, and immediately called for national reconciliation and the renunciation of violence. Presidential election and inauguration. 1994. In the first fully democratic elections in 1994, the African National Congress, ANC, won a landslide victory, and Mandela became South Africa's first black president. He formed a government of national unity and launched a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to address the past without resorting to revenge. He implemented sweeping economic and social reforms to improve services for Black people and combat poverty. A global icon of peace and reconciliation. After his presidential term ended in 1999, he retired from politics and continued his humanitarian work through his foundation, focusing on combating AIDS, poverty, and promoting education. He received more than 250 international awards, most notably the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993, which he shared with de Klerk. He was affectionately known as Madima, his clan name, as a mark of respect. His death and enduring legacy. Nelson Mandela passed away on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95. Millions mourned his loss, and world leaders eulogized him as a man who taught humanity that tolerance is stronger than hatred and wisdom is stronger than violence. Nelson Mandela's journey was not merely the story of a man who defied injustice, but a human epic. He taught us that freedom is seized, not given, and as he said, it seems impossible until it is achieved. His story remains a timeless lesson that tolerance can build a united nation without civil war.